Oh, I'm so glad you made time to be here, Jasmine. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Craig El Dragon, good morning. How are you? I think nobody is coming to the on demand. Craig, I'm gonna see. I think it's the 16th. So today, I'm gonna see if I can download. It's on demand. I'm gonna check out nobody on demand. Good morning, Yasmin. Good early morning, Jeanette. Good morning, Cynthia. Hello, welcome. Cynthia, your question, either the autocorrect did something, because I don't know what the Volvo, and the Volvo interesting characters in places he creates for the question for the kids. So I don't know what that meant. Michelle, good morning. Welcome. Mary Beth, good morning. Welcome. I'm saying good morning, but that good morning is for all the time zones, okay? So good morning, because it's morning for me. So okay, I don't know what it means, Cynthia. So maybe you can correct it for me, because I guess I have. Let me see if I can refresh the page real quick, and it'll change. It better be Volvo. Volvo's a nice car. Those are safe cars. So let me see what it says now. Oh, the very interesting characters. Okay, cool. You did correct it. Chris Mendoza, good morning, and good morning to everyone on YouTube. Hello, I see Tanya's here too. Hello, Tanya, welcome. Yeah, Dahlia has I think she uses Hey Google, and she says Hey Google's not very intelligent. So Jeanette, it's so very morning for you. I know. Davina, good morning. Hello. Welcome. It's so very morning for you, Jeanette. Like middle of the morning. Jeanette, I'll answer your question real quick. I'm leaning towards in the style off because we have the retro competition today too. Oh, that's good, because that way, hello Ayrton, that's good, because that way he can learn what all the flags and all the continents are. So that's good practice for him. Excellent. Tell him to keep doing that. Let's see. It's live, so let me click on this. Let me click on this, and I should be able to see the feed. We're gonna start shortly, so. Excellent. Good afternoon, Tash from Scotland. Awesome. Yeah, this way I can see the feed. Fantastic. Good morning, Wendy. Welcome. Heather, hello. Good morning. Welcome. Waving back. 1 a.m. Jeanette. Wow. Are you still in Adelaide, or did you go back home? Because I know you were counting down the days till you were there, Jeanette. Oh, we have several readers on YouTube. So hello to everyone on YouTube. Thank you for joining us on YouTube. I know you're all over the place. I think you saw. Did Dolly make a cameo appearance? Good, Dolly. Stick your head. She's trying to fix the background. She's trying to fix the set.
On your camera, it doesn't look like the chair's there, but on the PC, like the screen is wider.
Yeah, the screen is wider, but she's there. Stick your head and say hello. She doesn't want to say hello. Come on, just say hello.
Let me just get into my little spot.
Yasmin says Google is not smart, but it's good at controlling your smart lights. Yeah, that's good.
Hello.
Hey.
How are you guys doing? You ready for the weekend?
Excellent. Where's my greeter? Oh, here's my greeter.
Hi. Good morning.
Say hi, Mob Family.
Hi, Mob Family.
And welcome to the Mob TV.
Welcome to the Mob TV.
Okay. You are definitely in time. Yes, we're about to start. Okay, so it's a nice big group here. Let me get started with the quick announcements. We're on YouTube. Thank you. Say hi. I'm saying hi to everyone that's on YouTube with us. So find us on YouTube. We're at Bitten Peaches. Like, subscribe, share, click that notification bell, and you'll anytime we're on YouTube, anytime we're on, you'll get a notification. So that's fantastic. We're also on Instagram. I've tried to be really diligent about putting up posts on Instagram. So I'm putting posts, I'm putting excerpts, pictures of the different covers, Monty Strong, and different things. So find us on Instagram. We're at Bitten Peaches. So go there and follow us there. Don't forget to visit our ZAZZLE store because it's awesome. You know, we have swag. So go to our ZAZZLE store at M&S at ZAZZLE and find us there. Dolly, you should put the links up for the ZAZZLE store, please. Dolly's going to put the links up for you guys. Patreon. We're on Patreon too. We have a Patreon page, so become a patron. We made the tiers really affordable, so come join us on Patreon. I'm gonna be writing little short stories for our Patreon page, just for our patrons. Not gonna be able to find them anywhere else. Let's see, the newsletter. What's today? The 16th. So there should be one newsletter coming out this month. I'm gonna try to do it at least once a month, if not twice. So come join us. Come join us at www.orlandoasanchez.com and sign up, and then you should get the newsletter. There's been some things with the newsletter, but that's because we're revamping it to a whole new webpage. So there are going to be some technical glitches, but be patient with us, and we'll get it to the new page. Looks fantastic. BookBub, we're on BookBub, so go follow us there. And Binge Books, join us there and add your reviews. So we have more of a presence on Binge Books, or Bebo as we call it. Okay. Like Jeanette says, there's wonderful swag on ZAZZLE. Please go there. Let's see. Hello, Michelle. Let's see. If I didn't say hello to you as I was saying the announcements, hello and welcome. Let's see. I have the feed, so now I can just look at the feed and see if I missed anyone. Yeah, Cynthia, if Safe Ride is repairing your windshield, that's a good thing. So yeah, get that taken care of. Yes, Malcolm, you're here. And Mark, welcome. Guys are on time. Anytime you get here, you're on time, so that's good. Let's see. Oh, this is Eric's first week back from school after the break, so yeah, I'm sure he's ready for a weekend. For sure. Let's see. Dolly's putting up the links now. Yeah, I've put like Jeanette says, I've been putting little clips of the upcoming covers, so trying to give a hint of what's happening, you know. Oh, this is interesting. The ZAZZLE store doesn't convert to currency. I don't know how that works, making it in pounds or wherever you are. So that's interesting. Gemma, welcome. You have managed to get here, which is awesome. So welcome and get comfortable. We're gonna be here for a little while. Okay, so let's talk audiobooks. What do we have? Walking Erasers, book 12, Walking Eraser. Wow. So Kevin caught up to all the books at this point. So book 12 will be coming out. It's expected to come out the beginning of May. So Kevin has been moving very quick. I think he's working on Rule of the Council, right? He's working on Rule of the Council now. He actually did a great job doing the voice. Dolly was laughing. It's because it's a male doing the voice of a female, and she's Asian, so there's a little bit of an accent, but it sounds great. You really get into the story, and you think you're hearing it from Michigo's perspective, which is, I think, the best way. It's immersive, which is what we want in an audiobook, I think, you know? Yeah, like Chris said, when you purchase overseas, it should automatically convert, but I don't know if that's the case, so we'll have to look into it. Dolly's going to ask customer support. They seem to be really responsive, so that's good. They Kill is currently in shreds, and the art closes tomorrow. So you have time. You have today and tomorrow, noon, Eastern Standard Time, my time, noon my time. It closes. So if you have questions, if you have notes that you want to add, it's a hard close tomorrow at noon. So please drop them in if you can. I know life happens and it gets a little tough sometimes, and I really appreciate you doing this. So, but I have to close it at noon, so I have tomorrow and Sunday to go through all of the notes. Today, tomorrow, and Sunday, I'm going through them as they appear. And then I can get it live, hopefully by Monday, so that you actually have the book on Monday. So I'm working on getting that, and as soon as you get me the notes, I work on getting the book out. So They Kill should be out Monday. I'd like to get it out earlier. I always say Monday. I try to do it earlier, but we'll see. What else? Reviews. Don't forget to leave your reviews for They Rend, because I think we're almost at 100 now. Let me check real quick. Let me see. I'll tell you in a moment. Oh, yeah, we're at 100 reviews. It might be even more. Hold on. Yeah, 101 reviews. So awesome. So just keep leaving your reviews for They Rend. And when They Kill comes out, leave your reviews for them, for that one. And also, don't forget Sepia and Nameless. Leave your reviews for that. I know it's a little different because not all of you may have read Nameless or Sepia. But try to leave some reviews for that as well. Leave a review. So again, it doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be a treatise or a thesis. It could be, hey, I read it, it was great, or hey, I read it, it could have been better. So just leave a review for it, because the way Amazon works is it looks at the quantity more than the quality of the review. Although I know you guys all leave great reviews. So yeah. Who's being smug because they get the weekend before the rest of us? It's okay, Joe. Joe, you're busy, so you do what you gotta do. You take your time, do what you gotta do. There's no rush in the reviews, guys. It doesn't have to be by X amount of time. Just when you can, leave your review, okay? Wendy says she put a question in the pinned art post. I wanted to get it out there in time. Oh, I'm sorry to hear your dog is sick. Wow. Oh yeah, you got busy quick. All right, so I hope your dog gets better, because we had our boxer was a little ill a few weeks back, so we had to take her to the vet, but she's much better now. So yeah, well, yes, Davina. Davina says, I'll be typing up notes, but I'm here. I understand. But after you get here, you can type up the notes if you have time, because you also have Ayrton there. So, oh yeah, that's right. Jeanette gets her Saturday. It is Saturday for Jeanette right now. So Jeanette might actually be in her weekend already. This is true. Okay. Status updates. Right. So Requiem. How do I describe where I am with Requiem? Requiem is happening really, it's really interesting where Requiem is right now. So this is a story that's going to deal with Simon's past. We're gonna find out a little bit more about Simon, and we're gonna touch a little bit more about why he left Shadow Company, or why he was asked to leave Shadow Company. So we're gonna touch a little bit more, because all of the stories have been kind of back and forth between Simon and Monty, like touching upon their lives, right? And I've always told you that I like to reveal the characters slowly, not do an info dump and, tell you everything all at once. So we're getting to find out a little bit more about why Simon is the way Simon is. And this gives you a little bit more of his background. And we're going to touch upon George Rottweiler Rott, and the new character that's involved with that is Peter Pitbull Douglas. And those two are called the Mad Dogs of Shadow Company. And they're calling him back in for another mission, one last mission. And they're not giving him much of a choice, but this time he's going to bring Monty and Peaches. And he may or may not agree to the mission. And it may be a mission, or it may be a setup to have him killed. So that we discover in Requiem. And there are dragons. Lots of dragons. So it'll be a lot of fun. Who's reading the Witcher books? Oh, Robert is. I heard, so here's the backstory of the Witcher books and why this author made a serious misstep. When they were making the video game of The Witcher, Witcher 1, 2, and 3, they offered the author of The Witcher, right, the 3 books, they offered him a percentage of what the games would make. I know we've discussed this before because I've played Witcher 3. And he declined because he said the video game is just a fad. No one's going to play it. It's not going to make any money. It went on to sell millions of it became game of the year. The company that made it, CD Projekt, that game made millions, and he decides to say, no, I don't really want that. I hope that when they made it a show in Netflix, because it's not, I know season 2 is coming out, it's that he decided, you know what, I want a percentage of what, you know, whatever, that he got paid well for it. Because it's a big deal for an author to have his property made into a video game and a show. That would be fantastic for Monty Strong. And always go for the percentage. Yeah, like Chris said, always go. Let's see, who's here? Rowena, hello. So if you've come in and I haven't said hello, I apologize. I'm giving a blanket hello to everyone. And when I see your name, because the feed goes so fast, I'll say hello. So don't feel neglected if I didn't say hello to you when you came in, okay? I think I never read the Witcher books, Wendy. I know you're asking Robert, but I never read the Witcher books, but I have played the game, and the game is fantastic. So, and I didn't get to see the show with Henry Cavill, which is the guy who plays Superman, but I hear the show is great too. The source material is really good, from what I understand. So, yeah, Davina, it's the same thing. Always take the percentage. The only reason Lucas was able to leverage Star Wars is because instead of taking a large amount, he took a percentage of the sales, and he took a percentage of not only the sales. What he did, what was really smart, is that he took a percentage of the merchandising, and they thought, it's not gonna do that well. And okay, here we are. How many years later? 30 years later, and Star Wars merchandise is all over the place. So. And of course, he sold Star Wars. He sold Lucasfilm Limited to Disney for a few billion. So I think George Lucas is comfortable. But yeah, always take the percentage when you're offered it. Get a good lawyer and always take a percentage. Jeanette, I'm working on it. I'm working on Requiem. It's happening. It is happening. I'm having so much fun writing it. And like I've alluded to, there is another short story that's coming that I have to write, and it's about a certain vampire with a limp. If you know who that is, you know who it is. Okay? All right, where else are we? Sepia Blue Demon. So Sepia Blue Demon is coming after Requiem. But I'm also going to be doing Divine Intervention is the next Monty Strong. So it'll be Monty Strong and Demon will be written concurrently. So those two books will be coming out close to each other. And that's the last time I'm doing 2 full novels at the same time, because it just takes too much brain power to do both at the same time. What does Paige say? They're really good. In reference to the Witcher books, but some of the language and pacing is rough to get through since they're translations. Yes. All right. Yeah. These the Witcher books are translations to English. They're not written in English. Is not the first language, so they're written in another language and they're translated to English. Yes. The actor that played R2-D2 took a percentage. And so Lucas offered them a fixed, instead of a fixed amount, he offered them a percentage if it did well, which is smart if they took it. So the ones that took it got laughed at, but it was like was it Microsoft? I think it was Microsoft. I think it was Microsoft in the beginning offered some of the early employees percentages of the company, and nobody thought it was going to succeed. And now those people who took percentages are extremely wealthy. So it's good to take a percentage. It really is. Jasmine, that's funny. She goes, you need to stop pretending that it's Monty Strong. They're the Peaches books. Maybe I should change the tagline on the bottom. Instead of saying the Monty Strong detective agency novels, it should be The Adventures of Peaches and Those Two Guys. How's that? We can change it to that. Peaches and his pals. But then that's Brew and Chew. Peaches has his own series. So, oh, see, I didn't know Jack Nicholson took a percentage of Batman. Yeah, I'm sure he did really well with that. It's really smart. Yeah, the really early Microsoft, when Microsoft wasn't that well known, they were offered parts of the company. And those who took it were very smart, because now they're very wealthy. Like Steve Wozniak, who nobody really mentions too much. He's like the other side with Bill Gates. He's very wealthy also. Yes, Peaches and his humans. That's what we'll call it, right? Peaches and those other two guys. All right, so Craig is here. I don't know if we should do the red shirt question early. Maybe we should do it early. So let's see, what does Davina ask? Is Nyx going to get a Peaches-style sidekick or become their sidekick? I believe someone suggested a honey badger at work. I was thinking about it because it would be a good... Dolly and I were discussing because she had brought it up, seeing as how she's the head of the knack, right? She had brought up that Nyx needs something like Peaches, needs a character like Peaches, but it has to be somewhat feral. I don't know. That's gonna be a tough one. What kind of creature would bond to a hybrid demon like that? Yes, Acheron is definitely her Monty for sure. That'd be her sidekick. I don't know if I could bring Craig in. I probably could bring him in to ask the question, to bring him actually into the chat, into the live show. I don't know if he wants to do that because that's kind of putting him on the spot. So I don't know. Right, it has to be an R. Okay, so it has to have an R. Dolly said it has to be R so we can have the narcs. That'd be great. See, that's thinking ahead. See, it can't be a honey badger. I know. I think Kim Harrison, main character, has a ferret, and I don't want to really do a ferret. See, but I don't want to a shadow hound. I don't want to do another kind of animal. A skunk. Yeah, no, skunk would just definitely be horrible. A skunk. See, I was thinking along the lines of a Wolverine. An actual Wolverine, not the character from the X-Men, but an actual Wolverine, because those things are so dangerous, like Tasmanian devils. So we'll see. Maybe, you know what? We'll ask the mob what kind of animal sidekick, Nyx should get that's similar to Peaches. Oh, maybe yeah, raspberry, iguana. No, not a kangaroo. Kangaroo's too big. It's got to be an animal that can travel with her easily. Komodo dragon is actually not a bad idea. Or a snarky cat. No, because I don't want to do a cat because Jessica has ink, and I don't keep repeating animals. I'm going to have a menagerie. I already have Rags and Peaches. So that's going to be fun. I can't do a fox, a funk. That's cool. But I can't because Steve McHugh has Remy, who is a fox. So maybe a Tasmanian devil. Tasmanian devil sounds fun, you know. But I gotta say, you know what? We're gonna create a poll in the mob, see what kind of animal, because I think that would be fun to get everyone involved with that. But Tasmanian devils are almost like Wolverines; they're dangerous. So I think it'll be fun. Or a chameleon, but a chameleon moves too slow, and Nyx sometimes has to move fast. So a hell hedgehog, spiky, yeah, or a fox and a duck. What's that? What would that be? A fox and a duck.
No.
A bat. Yeah, okay. No. See, but now we're just going into that, you know. I can't give it a raven, RC, because Dex has Herc, which is like almost like an enormous raven. So, right. Yeah, Wolverines are no joke. They will track you down and hurt you. For sure. You cannot... Wolverines have been known, the actual animal, not the X-Men character, to take on bears. Wolverines. It's incredible. Those animals are so ferocious. So I kind of like the fact of a Wolverine. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. But a Tasmanian devil is right up there with Wolverine. So we'll create... After they kill and before the next book, which is Darken, and that'll be later on this year, I think we'll get into Darken. We got to go over the schedule. Our schedule's all over the place. So, but because we got to create the cover for Darken, which has got to be as awesome as the 3 first covers. So we'll have a poll for what's the animal, because then we got to create a name for the animal too. So we'll see. All right. Yeah, a drop bear. What is a drop bear? I don't know what a drop...
Thing.
Is it an Australian, a drop bear?
They're koalas.
Oh, like a koala. That's a drop bear?
I believe so.
Really? Oh, drop bears, koalas? Because they move too slow, okay? And then she's going to have to walk around with like eucalyptus leaves all over the place. Excuse me. No, she's not going to have a sewer gator. I think this animal has to be portable, okay? Koala with benefits. It's an evil koala. Okay, no. I'm thinking either Wolverine or Tasmanian Devil. We'll see. I'd have to research it too. So, who just came in? Scarlett. Hello, Scarlett, and welcome. All right, Craig, do you want to type in your question and melt everyone's brain? Or do you want me to bring you in live? I don't know. If I bring you in live, it might throw everything off. So, you know what? Just type in your question, and I'll read it out loud for everyone. Hello, Peggy. Welcome. And I'll read out loud for everyone on YouTube who may not be able to see the feed. So, Craig, take it away as Craig is getting us ready. We'll keep chatting and talking about what kind of animal we should create for Nyx. Remember that she's like a hybrid / demon. It can't be some pushover animal. It's got to be really dangerous. And this is a 4-part question, so get yourselves ready. So let's set the ground rules first, Craig. So the only people who can answer this question. So okay, the purpose of the red shirt competition question is, if you answer it correctly, you get to be a character that dies in the next book. Maybe Requiem, because I'm in the middle of Requiem right now, or if not Requiem, definitely Divine Intervention, because there's going to be a lot of dying in Divine Intervention. So you have to answer the 4 parts correctly. Then you have to be the first one to answer it correctly, and it's only open to those of you that are here in the Mob TV. So you will answer your question, and you will send it privately, your answer, to Craig, and he will check to make sure that your answers match, that they're the correct answers. So please don't put them in the room. Don't put them anywhere else. You're going to answer it. You're going to be the first one to answer, and then you're going to send it to Craig. And Craig is going to vet and make sure that it is correct. And you got to get all 4 parts right. It doesn't count if you get 3 and you miss 1. All 4 parts have to be correct. So, what is doggy say? Are employees allowed to participate? Yes, there's fine print in the clause, but anyone can participate. That too. Something that looks harmless, but has a demonic component to it, because the book definitely has more of a demonic influence. So it may be like a demon something that looks really like, oh, that's so cute. And then when it transforms, it's like, oh my God, let me get away from this. That kind of thing. So that's another possibility. So because again, we have to it's a fine line, because we already have a hellhound, right? So it's creating a demonic something that's really close to a hellhound. So I don't want to make a Peaches copy, because you really can't copy Peaches. So, you know. So yeah, so okay, everybody has the rules, and Craig is typing, and it's a long question, so prepare yourselves. Can it have wings? Yeah, but then it might be a dragon. We don't want a dragon. I mean, Nyx with a dragon would be so much fun, though. But all right, here's the question. An otter, Yasmin, right? Sure. Okay. In what book is the mob mentioned during a story? Whom mentions the mob? To whom is it mentioned? And who is also present when mentioned? Each question is separated by semicolons. I feel like Alex Trebek. I'm hearing the Jeopardy music in my head. A feral squirrel. That'd be, see, yeah, okay.
New York squirrels.
Let's call the New York squirrel, Jasmine. So that might actually work. I know people who have squirrels as pets, so it could actually work. So let me read the question again, even though Craig typed it up. So you can look at the feed. In what book is the mob mentioned? That's part 1. During a story, part 1. Whom mentions the mob? That's part 2. To whom is it mentioned? That's part 3. And who is also present when mentioned? Part 4. So there you go. So those are the 4 parts. You answer those 4 parts correctly first. So you have to send it to Craig first, and he will determine who sent it to him first, and then that person gets to die. And huge shout outs to Craig the Dragon for coming up with this question, because this is his question. So, oh, it's a fantastic question. For a moment there, even I was like, So I had to think about it. What is pen is mightier? Oh, okay. A hell hog. So a hedgehog, that's a hell hog called Raspberry. With unbreakable spikes and claws and poisonous fangs, it eats bread, milk, bugs, and the still beating hearts of those who would harm it. Bye, Jasmine. Have a great day. So you're welcome to answer the question, Jasmine, if you can get it. If you can get the answer. It's a tough question, let me tell you. It's a tough question. Hell hog is interesting, so, but again, it has to be somewhat mobile, you know. And you can take as many guesses as you can, but the answers are based on timestamps. So you'll know. Craig will know when you answer. Robert says, my 12-year-old granddaughter believed that my hair has always been silver. I replied, it's been that way since I was a small child, like the legendary Irish hero Finn McCool. Yes. That sounds like the character from M.D. Massey's book, Finn McCool. But I'm guessing he named it after the actual Irish question, the Irish hero. So, yeah. So we'll see. I tell my tribe that my hair is long and luxurious. It just exists in a different dimension. They just can't see it. So that's what happens. That's funny. Well, I like the name, and I think it's a great play. Like when I came up with Peaches, no one really understood what I was doing with naming a hellhound Peaches. But it's like he kind of took over everything, and now it really is the story of Peaches and his two humans. But the inspiration for Peaches came from another dog, and I think I've mentioned this before. There's an author named Andrew Vox who has a mastiff in his stories, and it's named Pansy. I said, wow, I need a name like that. I need a name that is completely opposite to what this dog, the image this dog portrays, you know? Chris, it's not that it's fading. It's just your hair is shifting to another dimension that not everyone can see. So what is that? Malcolm says a ferret, a ferocious ferret. Or a head. Yeah, I don't know if you can put a hedgehog in your pocket. I think hedgehogs are fairly sizable, right? Craig will accept any friend request from the mob. Yeah, Oberon from the Iron Druid. What about him? He's an Irish wolfhound, Oberon. So yes, and Cerberus translates to spot. There you go. Yes, Linda, see, there are Andrew Vox. He's a great writer. He's a fantastic. If you haven't read Andrew Vox, the stories are dark. It's a little noirish, kind of hard-boiled. The main character, they're really good. So you should pick up Andrew Vox books. Welcome, Tina. So you recently watched the Ice Age film, so Ayrton Peaches was the mammoth code for when the bait was. Yes, that's a good one. Yeah, Peaches. Cynthia, a miniature giant space hamster. How does that even work? A miniature giant space hamster. Yes. Oh, right. Yes, Craig. Yeah, Oberon. Yeah, I get it. For sure. Yeah, but I like Oberon. I've always liked the interaction between Atticus and Oberon. Kevin Hearn did that really well. Really well. In The Iron Druid. Welcome, Tina. Oh, so if you scroll up, you can see the question that Craig posed for the red shirt competition. So you can read it, and if you want, you can answer it. So yeah. Let's see. Go for the eyes. Boo. Boo from Bard's Tale. Got it. A demonic hummingbird. Yeah, that's too small. They can just swat it. Hummingbirds are really tiny. So this would have to be an industrial-sized hummingbird. From Ice Age, yeah. That squirrel is like one of the most known characters, especially from those movies. But yeah, I like the idea of a New York squirrel that, I don't know, maybe bites a demon or something and becomes demonic. So we'll see. Welcome, Peggy. It could be a mythical animal. It's not limited to actual animals. Hellhounds are not actual animals, so we could make it any kind of animal. Yes, I know. We can't use good boy, for sure. Let's stay away from any animals that already exist. that are being used by other authors. So let's not go there for sure. But it could be any animal. It could be any kind of any mythos, any animal, any creature. But it has to be portable. It can't take up the whole house, and it has to have a soft side. So you see how Peaches is kind of fun, right? So yeah. A Magi mechanical dragonfly with a 1 foot wingspan. Okay, Craig, a 1 foot wingspan for a dragonfly is enormous. Would freak everyone out. An Emmet, a lion hippo crocodile, which may or may not have a scorpion tail. Right, that's not gonna cause an uproar anywhere it goes, Paige. Chipmunks just remind me of the chipmunks from like the kids shows. So, and I just hear squeaky voices. Right, Scarlett. I love ferrets, but like I said, Kim Harrison uses a ferret in her book, and it's a really cool character, so I can't use a ferret. Yeah, no unicorns, please. We're staying away from unicorns. Thank you. Oh, RC, you got busted. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for being here with us and hanging out. At least, even if it was for a few minutes, go back to your meeting and have a great rest of your weekend. New York did apparently end up with drug addict squirrels when they ate the dealer's bird. Wow, I didn't know that. See? So a demonic squirrel would work. It's interesting. Thinking about it. Demonic squirrel. Be interesting. Yes, Scarlett. I like ferrets too, but have a great day, RC. I like ferrets, but it won't work for what we're trying to do. Also, again, other authors have used ferrets, so. And unicorns, so we can't go there. Stay safe, RC. Hopefully he got the... Stay safe. I know you're out there on the front line, so stay safe. An owl. Are you kidding me? It's like Harry Potter. We can't do owls. Owl immediately brings Harry Potter to mind. So... And I really like owls. And, you know, they got that whole wisdom thing going. But we can't use... We couldn't use animals that have been used before that are already like associated with something that's established, you know. An angelic squirrel to balance her demonic nature, possibly, yeah. Wow, pet meth attack squirrel, that's incredible. I can't use an eagle because in the designers I'm going to be using a peregrine falcon for Nina, and that's kind of close. It's a raptor. Groundhog. People underestimate them. They run fast and climb. They actually do, yes. But maybe. We'll see. We need a new animal. Again, it could be mythical too. So it doesn't have to be an actual animal. It could be something that gets created. A platypus. Right. Those are really known for their velocity. Scarlet. All right. So, yeah, rabbit. Yeah. That transforms into some demonic creature. I think that's been done by Monty Python. So here's the thing that the fact that I have all this info in my head, I know. So right, I can't be a dinosaur. She's not gonna walk around with a dinosaur. And plus, Jim Butcher did dinosaur already. A red panda is what is if you've seen Kung Fu Panda, the teacher. Sifu is a red panda, so it can't be that. What is a quokka? What is a quokka? Is that the koala? A quokka?
No, a quokka is a four-legged, half of its body sort of like a zebra and the other half is all black.
It's too big. Quokkas, that sounds like an enormous animal. Where would she put a quokka? A demonic one, in fact. Right, Master Sifu, for sure. Yeah, he's a red fox. And so we can't use that. All right, but let's, we'll leave it, we'll conduct a poll, and we have a lot of time, so it doesn't have to be right now. I hope you guys are giving thought to the question. Take a look at it, and, you know, I agree with Ayrton. Everyone should have a dinosaur, but we're not going to do it today. Let's see. Robert says he had a bad experience with a ferret once. Was at work one night. When it ran into a ferret, I made a mistake of picking it up. Ooh, that was a mistake for sure. Oh, quokka is the largest family of the guinea pigs. Okay. Not a quokka, a quokka. Okay. Oh, I don't know what okay, I'll have to look that up. It could always be a raccoon. I like raccoons too. Did you know I saw a raccoon the other day after I parked the car?
Oh, here?
Yeah, in the street in Queens, New York. I saw a raccoon.
We saw a roadkill raccoon on
No, this one was
this one was
very alive and challenged me as I crossed the street. It just stood there like, what? What are you gonna do? I was like, I'm going to cross the street right now. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, a really big spider named Boris. And it's better if Akron's. He's not arachnophobic, and we can't use large spiders. That's too Lord of the Ring-ish. So, a puka. I know I've heard of pukas before, but I don't know exactly what they are. So definitely, we have a lot to work with. So let's get They Kill done and out and see how it's received, and then we'll see if Nyx gets an animal sidekick. Yeah. Listen, I was crossing the street. Right, I was coming back from the gym. I parked the car. I'm crossing the street, and out comes this raccoon. But it's not. I always thought of raccoons as timid creatures, like they get into the garbage, and then if you make noise, they run away. This one was like it was a New York raccoon, and basically it was like, I'm crossing over here, all right. And he looked at me. And then he said, it was like this look like, what are you going to do? What? I'm looking through some stuff here. You got somewhere to be? And I just said, you know what? I'm not even going to mess with this raccoon. I'm just going to walk away and cross the street. And it was like, I was bothering it. That's the thing. It was the craziest thing. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to mess with a raccoon. All right, Craig. Yeah, a fainting goat that's in therapy to face its fears. That's something Bangers and Mash would have. No, I kind of like the raccoon idea. We'll see. We'll leave it up to the mob and get all the input that we can get before we pick one. They're very intimidating. I was intimidated by the raccoon because one, I know that they could have rabies, although this one was not rabid. But they also have really dangerous claws. I wasn't in the mood to fight a raccoon. Yeah, and opossums also. A Celtic demonic mischievous entity. Oh, okay. Meerkats, I can't do meerkats. Are you kidding? Anytime I see a meerkat, all I'm thinking about is Hakuna Matata. So that's not going to work. Disney would come after me for a meerkat. Yeah, raccoons are not timid at all. Okay, let's go over the questions because we've got questions. Bum, bum, bum. All right, let's see. Questions. All right, we got time. Okay, let's see. Audrey, the question queen, has put some questions up. What is your weirdest habit? What is my weirdest habit? I don't know what my weirdest habit is. Jeez, let's see.
I don't know. We've lived for so long together.
Yeah.
Weird is now normal.
Yeah, anything that was weird would be normal for me and Dolly, but I don't. It's hard because you gotta be really introspective. So what would be my weirdest habit? I don't know. I'll have to give that some thought, Audrey. But I don't know if I have a weird habit. Do I have a weird habit? I don't know. That's a good question. I'll have to give that some thought. Huh?
Define weird.
Yeah, you gotta define what do you mean by weird. Okay. Bye, Joe. Have a great weekend. Thank you for being here, Joe. I don't know what. I don't know what my weirdest habit is because I don't know what the context for weird is. Yeah. Okay. Talking to my readers, is that considered a weird habit? Talking to my readers? I don't know if that's considered weird. Don't other authors talk to their readers? I think other authors do that too. I mean, maybe not to the way I do it because of the frequency and doing the mob TV and things like that, but it's not weird. They said, Z, what's my weird habit? Do I have a weird habit?
I don't know.
She says she doesn't know. She's smart. She's smart.
Being diplomatic.
She's been very diplomatic. Yes, I think both, Davina. Dresden has been involved with a Kusith and a cat. I think so, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go on to the next question. Audrey, ask me again in a few weeks. I'll think about what my weird habits could be. Waking up really early in the morning and going to train? 4 in the morning? That could be considered weird, I guess. Orlando, what was the hardest scene to ever write? The scene where I killed Peaches, which no one really saw. There was early on, I was going to have Peaches die. I don't know what book it was. I think it was Blood is Thicker. It was one of the early books, like 1, 2, or 3. And I was gonna have Peaches die. Oh, he gets that's when they go to London, where is it? Homecoming? Homecoming.
Dirty.
It's Homecoming, right? No, Silver Cloud's Dirty Sky, book 4. I think it's book 4. Silver Cloud's Dirty Sky, where Peaches gets thrown into the Thames. Gotta be careful how I say that. The Thames. And I wasn't gonna have him come back, and that was a hard scene to write. And then I had him come back because it was the right thing to do. But it was a hard scene to write because, you know, it was Peaches. So yeah, for me that was the hardest scene to ever write. I don't think I had anything harder. Yeah, because it was Simon losing Peaches. So yes. But that was changed, and Peaches is still with us, so that's good. And will always be with us because you cannot hurt the dog. Dolly, do you want to answer your question? Dolly's question is from Audrey. What is the most memorable TV show episode from your childhood? And who starred in it? And how long was the show? Who produced it and who directed that episode?
Audrey, I can't recall an episode. It's many.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry. You got to come a little closer. RC, you're back. Welcome, Robert. Go ahead.
So, Audrey, I can't remember what episode because it was many decades ago. I mean, probably like close to a century. And, but my favorite show was a nature program where they talked about a nature documentary.
Such a nerd. Yeah, both of you are right, Jeanette and Davina. Peaches, of course he came back. He was always coming back. You just didn't know it yet, or Simon might have had a less authentic reaction. Yeah, when I wrote it, I really thought that was it. Peaches is done because I didn't think he was gonna be a character that was gonna remain with the story. And wow, we have a winner, Craig. Wow, that was fast. We haven't even finished the episode. Yeah, Jeanette, I'm sorry. I never tell anyone that's reading the stories about what happens in the series because, of course, it would spoil it for them. But something like that, you definitely don't say before. No, that would be a bad move. Okay, well, Craig, who won? And I'm impressed. Who won? The suspense, it is killing me. All right, let's continue as Craig lets us know who won. Silverado. Oh man, yeah, that was bad. Yeah, I would never hurt the dog. Who won? Who? Jeanette. Of course. Okay, Jeanette.
She's been compiling.
You've been compiling. That's right. Jeanette has all the info in her head already. Rico, good morning. Well, good afternoon. Welcome. Yeah, but that was hard. Even though she was compiling it, that's a hard question. That was a 4-part question.
She was my first.
4-part question.
Thought.
Yeah. All right, Jeanette, you get to die. Congratulations. Okay, so Jeanette's question is next, actually. Oh, no, Cynthia's question is next. For the children. Well, she's going to give... If you want to post the question up, Jeanette, you certainly can. For the children, what do you think of your dad being a writer and the very interesting characters in places he creates?
Cool.
1-word answer. Cool. That's what I'm at. Cool. Okay. Jeanette's question. In a style-off, who would win? Simon, Monty, Acheron, or Hades? I'm going to go with Hades. I think in a style. Even though Monty's a close tie, and Acheron's probably closer, but Acheron's a little less fastidious about his clothing than Monty. Simon is more practical. Simon will wear what he has, But Monty is very aware of what he was. But Hades probably is just is like above and beyond all of that because he's Hades. So yeah. So congratulations, Jeanette. That is awesome. We're gonna have to have a conversation about how you died. Wanda wants to know. I don't think Wanda's here today, but we'll answer her question. She says, "Has it been established just how many more Simon and Montague novels we have the pleasure of waiting for?" Yes, I can tell you. Archmage is 21. Corpse Road is 22. Immortal is 23. Resolutions is 24. Then we have 1, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 30, 33 total so far, right now. Monty and Strong full novels. Okay? Yeah. So, 35, 34, 35, I'm going to say. And that's all of this year caught up, and then all of 2022. So far. That's how many so far. 34. We'll see if we can get to an even 40 and see what happens after 40 books, after 40 Monty and Strongs. We'll see. What's my weirdest habit? Bumping off readers. Yeah, that counts as a weird habit for sure. So what was that? Something about the kids. Do I make them talk? Make them talk to strange people? Me too, Craig. Greg says, I honestly expected the redshirt qualification test to have lasted longer. Me too. We're going to have to create harder questions, Craig. Harder questions. I think we should have one once a, you know what? Let's have one once a book. So that was our red shirt for the Requiem. When we do Divine Intervention, we'll have another red shirt, Craig. And we're going to have to really sit down and think about #villain questions. Rick, thank you for being here and joining us. It's awesome that you were able to pop in for a little while, even if it's a few minutes. Thanks for being here. No, I don't underestimate Amal, Davina. I mean, wow, that was fast. That was fast. Oh, that'd be even, oh, you know what? That is perfect. Whoever, so make that one of the rules, Craig. Whoever wins the red shirt qualification test has to come up with a question for the next red shirt. I think that's a great idea, Craig and Dolly. I think that's a fantastic. So for Divine Intervention, which is the next Monty Strong book, you have to come up with the question, Jeanette. Prepare. Well, next time we ban anyone who's already won a red shirt competition. So like Craig is Craig is a dragon in one of the books, which is why I always call him the bye Mary Dot. So Craig is a dragon in the book, so that's why he's banned. People who are characters can't participate. So Chris Chrisman is a character. If you read your books, you know who Chris is in the books. And the Tushmans are in the books, and there's a few other people who are in the books, so they can't participate. Robert, the weirdest habit is reading people in different languages. No, I don't do that, but I'm sure you do. You can thank the cashiers. What is that? What would you say thank you in Russian? Privyet. Spasibo. You say spasibo? What's privyet?
Privyet is hello.
Hello. Privyet. You can say privyet. So, anytime I write Olga, I hear her in Russian. So it's interesting. I guess that's a weird habit when I write different characters. Like when I write Monty, I hear him in a British accent. So, for sure. Oh, we have time. It's awesome. All right, wait. Do we have more questions? I think that was all the questions. If you guys have any questions, this is the time to ask. Yes, Davina can't participate. Ayrton can't participate. Davina is in London as one of the badass word weavers. Yeah, a lot of you guys are in the books, and I'm so grateful to each of you for allowing yourselves to be put in print. So yeah. So you guys listen, the reason I can write the stories that I write the way I write them is because I have you as my mob family. So you guys make it possible too. So I don't think I have any questions. So if you guys have a question, this is the time to ask. So ask them now. Oh yeah, the shout outs in the beginning, yeah. Govayu Paruski. What is that? Govayu Paruski.
I speak Russian.
Oh, I speak Russian. There you go. Awesome. Marsha Lynn asks, how do you keep all the characters straight in your head? My head is a very scary place, Marsha. No, I use the Mind Palace, like Arthur Conan Doyle has written in Sherlock Holmes. Every character, and I won't say every character, every story, every series has its own compartment in my head. So that's why I can write certain books simultaneously, because I can go, let's say I'm writing Monty Strong, I can write Monty Strong, stop the quota for the day, and then jump into Nixie and Acheron. And it's two different series, two different stories, two different set of events. So it's very easy to do that for me. I don't know if other authors can do that, but I can do that. And yes, Chris, everything is connected. So it's amazing. Right, exactly. Craig, that is why, that's why there's no hair here. Because the intense heat in my Mind Palace doesn't allow any hair to grow. So, I don't know what that one is, Robert, the Gaelic one. Wendy, I don't know what that is, so. I don't speak Irish Gaelic. So if I haven't said hello to you and you've walked in, or you came into the room quietly and you snuck in, good morning, good afternoon now. Welcome to episode, what are we up to? Episode 46. Thank you, Dolly. Episode 46 of our Mob TV. Jeanette says it must be a scary place given that we're up to 79 different characters mentioned in the M&S books so far. Yeah. And there are more. There are more. And it is, I won't say scary, it's just interesting and diverse in there. Yeah, it's an interesting place to be in. Maybe one day we'll have a museum. You know what, when we do Peaches Con, we'll go over all the characters. And by then we'll have more characters for sure. Yeah. So, okay, if you guys have questions, ask them now. Let's see. Susan wants to know, do you ever send your characters off into different universe in your head for a giggle? Like Monty at Hogwarts. Monty at Hogwarts would completely upend that place, but that sounds great. I don't really do that because if I started to entertain my characters going into different universes, I'd want to start writing little short stories, and that would take away from the actual writing that I need to do. But those are great little thoughts. What I'm going to do is what I did with what I showed the mob, how Nixon and Acheron were hijacking and saying, you got to get this done, whatever. I'm going to do short interviews with all the characters from all the stories, one at a time, little by little. Those will be for the Patreons people, those little interviews. So yeah. Would Acheron adopt a Tribble just to annoy Nix? Yeah. No, he wouldn't. I don't think, he'd probably just flame it. I don't think he'd adopt a Tribble. Or he'd be inundated by them because they multiply so fast. Chris asks, when writing, does the time pass fast or slow? I don't really have a sense of time when I'm writing, so I'm going to have to say fast. But yeah, I don't really have a sense of time when I'm writing. If I'm really into the story, I don't really sense time. Craig says, Monty's a mage, not a wizard. Yes, he is, definitely. That says, there's a reason that I have multiple sheets in the spreadsheet of M&S, for sure. Yeah. I could only imagine. Yeah, Linda, I did one, and I put it up, and I think someone shared it. I spoke to another guy who had he has a page, and he wanted an interview of some of my characters, and I did a Monty and Simon interview. I think I put it up in the mob.
Fantastic Fiction.
It's on Fantastic Fiction? Yeah, it's on Fantastic Fiction on the website. But it's also in the mob. I put the interview in the mob. It was really early on. I think I had just written Tomb Yards and Butterflies, or I was about to write Tomb Yards and Butterflies. And I did a kind of an interview, kind of get to see how they reacted and how they interacted. So, yeah, there's an interview there. But I have so many characters I can interview that'll be fun. So Nix and Acheron, yeah. What do you want for dinner? You want chicken with potatoes. How's that? Yeah, the sense of time, there's a suspension of the sense of time, Chris, because I get into the story and it just, yeah, there's no real sense of time as I'm writing. Yeah. Food, that's pretty general there, Craig. Yeah, sure. I was trying to help her out with giving her options, but yeah, food works for sure. Let's see, what else? So yeah. Yeah, because I think what happens, and this is why I also why listen. Here's a weird habit, I guess, but I'm sure other authors share it. That I listen to music when I write, and I know there are other authors who do that, and there are other authors who can't. Like they can't hear any. There's no, everything is a distraction when they're writing. But I listen to music when I write. So, but when I'm in that zone, I guess, or in that state of flow, I don't really sense time. I'm just writing. Like Dolly would tell me sometimes she just hears my keyboard going click, 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 click. And then, oh, what is it? And the breathing? No. So I'm like, click, 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 click. Because those pauses, those breaths are me taking a moment to think and, okay. And then click, 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 click. So it's like that. Yeah, tell them chicken and potatoes is a good idea. Potatoes any way you want to do it. It could be French fries. Oh, you guys call them chips. So things like that. So chicken and chips. Sounds good. Jeanette says, how do you plan out the style of elements of wardrobe for the characters? Oh, that's a good question. So for the characters, it depends on the character, right? And so, and their role in the story. So let's just take like Monty and Simon, because that's the one that most people are familiar with, right? Monty is comes from what would consider upper crust, a very affluent background. So his clothing had to reflect that. But not only did it have to reflect that, his upbringing had to reflect that. So he was taught to be very detail-oriented, very fastidious, very concerned about how he looks, not only as a person, but as a mage. And so the clothing has to reflect that. And the way I reflected that was putting him in very high-end clothing. So that was important. And so Simon is a little bit more rugged. He'll wear the clothing, but it's not really who he is. He's more comfortable like in jeans and a jacket and, you know, a regular shirt or a t-shirt. So he's more low key in terms of that. Whereas Monty is like, I have to look perfect all the time. So that's why he complains about his ZAZZLE suits getting ruined. Oh, let's see. Tina says, if Nyx is getting a pet, then it would need to be extremely mellow and zen to survive her driving. Yes, it would be. It would need to be extremely zen. Yes, Jenna, I have some snappy dresses because when I was young, and I'm talking now, really, really young, I used to be, my mom used to dress me up in suits. They used to have suits made for me when I was tiny. So that kind of stuck with me. And I like being able to give readers a point of reference in terms of what the characters look like. I mean, I don't tell them they look exactly like this, even though I describe them. But it's been my experience that if you know how a person dresses, you can kind of get a feel for the person. And the clothing is almost an extension of the character. And so by showing how they're dressed, like the way Karma dresses, it's always menacing, but with style. So like the last time we saw Karma, she was wearing a Tom Ford dress, which is a really nice dress, but she's dangerous. So it's stuff like that. And so, and Monty was wearing a different kind of, he would wear Armani at some point, but I kind of settled on the Zegnas because it really kind of fits who he is. So we just destroyed Zegna suits now. And for Acheron, I thought Burberry, because of he likes to wear the vest, as you see on the covers, I thought Burberry was a nice choice for Acheron. Because it's not really, really high-end, but it's not inexpensive either. It's somewhere in the middle. And I thought Acheron is trying to pull off that I'm a university professor look. And so Burberry is really good for that. Bye, Susan. Thank you for being here. Jeanette says, I'm going to have a kill count for the Zegna suits. Yeah, I think there's quite a few, actually. Yes, Craig. Strong is a 50s gumshoe detective that dresses like Nirvana. Yeah, pretty much. That's the feel of Strong. He's like a kind of a noirish character. He doesn't really care too much about this. He's not fastidious like Monty. Like if he gets a rip in his jeans, he's like, yeah, whatever. You know, whereas Monty would be like, oh, my suit is ruined. You know, so it's basically like that. Thank you, Dolly. She put up, is that the interview? Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank Dolly to put up the interview in the feed. So if you want to look it up, it's right there. Yes, a bespoke suit is easily 4 figures. And if he goes to where Monty would go, which is High Street or Piero, it's probably even more. So bespoke suits are expensive. Yeah. But that's the interview that I created, that I wrote up for Monty and Simon. It's awesome. Right, I've seen some. I don't go to the 6-figure ones, but they do have them, and they actually have one. There's one suit, one of the most expensive suits, actually has diamonds in the material, actual diamonds in the material, which I would think is a little gaudy, but somebody would want it, and someone had it made, and so you can go from 3 figures pretty much to 6 figures. Yeah. Tina wants to know, do I have any casual mages aside from Dex? Define casual, because Dex isn't really casual. Dex is a little bit deranged. So I wouldn't call him casual. Because Dex is high strung. Dex is just, he's very old, so he doesn't stress out like Monty. But for the principles that he believes in, you wouldn't want to cross Dex at all. Laura wants to know, when will we see Dex again? In Divine Intervention. You're not going to see him much in Requiem, but he'll be in Divine Intervention. We just had him in Walking the Razor. He needs a break. He's going to hang out with the Morgan and get up to shenanigans. And then we'll see him in Divine Intervention, because Divine Intervention starts to bring a lot of characters together. We start doing the Avengers Assemble kind of thing. So that's when we'll see Dex again. Right, exactly. Dex is a power. There are no rules to Dex. The reason Dex is so powerful is because every world needs a character that powerful as a check and a balance. Like if Monty ever if you read Jim Butcher and you've read Harry and his grandfather, Dex is kind of like that grandfather role, except that Dex is even more powerful, and probably more powerful than Monty will ever be. You see Dex dressing like Columbo. No, Dex barely gets dressed. He's topless most of the time, or wearing a robe or something. He's usually half naked most of the time, and he's okay with it because he comes from a different time, you know. Can we see a side story with Dex and the Morrigan? That's a good idea. I have to think about that, Sharon. That's a good idea. Malcolm, yeah, hanging with the Morrigan is a break for Dex, right? Yes, Chris, soon, TM, Sharon. Only because for me to write a story with Dex and the Morrigan, that's a few years from now, maybe. Unless it's a short story, then it could be fit in next year somewhere. Davina says, I used to work in a men's clothes store, nothing fancy, just regular stuff. It always amazed me how many people thought there would be a massive selection of suits altered to their measurements. Oh, that's because, yeah, because it depends on the price. If you're going to get suits altered to your particular measurements, that's expensive. You know what? Yeah, maybe for Valentine's Day, that's a good idea, a Dex and Morrigan story. That would be cool. I think that would work, because that's like saving Mr. K for Christmas. Maybe a Valentine's Day. Laura, have a great rest of your day and great weekend. Thank you for being here. Wendy, will any of the characters run into ghosts? Yes, Monty Strong will run into ghosts in the story called Corpse Road. That's book 22. Sorry. And we're on book 13. Yeah, there, at that point, and it's not really ghosts, it's the undead. So there you go. Going on a 2-week vacation and things go sideways. That, again, it'll be fun. We'll see. I'll think about it. But it'll have to be like for next year sometime. So we'll see. Maybe, let's see, no ghosts. Chris like, no ghosts, no ghosts. I kind of like to stay away from ghosts, only because a lot of authors have done it, and I try not to infringe upon what other authors have done, and so I stay away from ghosts for the most part. Plus, there's plenty of living things that could threaten my characters. That to go into ghosts kind of changes the story. And yes, they're paranormals, but they already deal with things that are alive and undead, like vampires and things like that. So for them to go into ghosts is a whole different element. And then I have to go into, like, it kind of touches on the whole supernatural feel. And they already get compared to Supernatural enough that I don't want them to say, oh, this is just like Supernatural. Because I get that a lot already. So I don't want to really go too far into that area because then the comparison becomes even greater. Yeah. Yeah, that's true, Davina. Dex has a way of just, everything would go sideways. And then the Morgan wouldn't be a check on Dex. She would make it worse. She would be like throwing, gasoline on the fire. So, yeah, and ghosts are complicated. And also, not only that, here's the thing about ghosts. Ghosts are a very polarizing subject. So a lot of people feel very strongly about ghosts. And to bring it into a story, it has to be done right. And so that's why I kind of stay away from that subject, Yeah, exactly. Treat ghosts like the whisper of a person that's gone, basically. Yeah. No, they would probably just go find the person. The people okay, so here's the thing. And we're over by like 2 minutes, so I'm going to wrap it up really quick. So the characters in the Monty Strong world, the ones that die stay dead. So for them to have that kind of going into a different dimension and things like that, it changes the whole characteristic of the world. It fundamentally changes the whole world. So they couldn't go into a seance and contact a dead character. So yeah, that's why we're not gonna do ghosts. So, but I like that ghost is like a whisper of a person that's gone. It's better. It would be better to touch upon something that person left behind. Audrey, thank you for the questions, and thank you for being here and hanging out with us today. Have a great weekend. Chris says it crashed when we started talking ghosts. See, that's why you can't bring ghosts into the mix. For that reason, because things start to happen and things start to crash. All right, guys, we're going to end this one. We're going to wrap it up. This is a great episode as usual. This is episode 46 of our Mob Kaffeklatch Ghost. Ghost, see? Don't mess with ghosts. Mob Kaffeklatch episode. I'm going to have our closer come in, and she's going to start our weekend. So
Have a good weekend.
let's say bye. Mom.
Bye.
Thank you. Right. They would, if Hades could touch on that, if we're going to do that. But thank you guys for being here. Jeanette, thanks for being up in the middle of the night / morning and being here. So you guys have a great weekend. Listen, we're still in the middle of a pandemic, all right? Yes, there are vaccines, which is always a good thing. There seems to be a light towards the end of the tunnel, which is excellent. But wear your mask, practice social distancing, get your vaccine when you can, and, be safe, all right? Okay, everyone, be uncommon.